Alright, let's see if I can finally do this. Live scene. To move some stuff. There we go. That's better. Still trying to get a standard prom date. Again, the secret ending's not that hard. I need the standard prom dates because I want to get Robert. Only one of me. Full 60-minute game. And I know I can skip this, but I love reading it. Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. And who will I be today? We'll go with you. And we're going to do a custom name. Could be Mara. Pronoun they.
Here we go!
And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember clearly, 3 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates.
Huzzah!
Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Damien LeVay, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Scott Howe, 21, a werewolf athlete who could compensate for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart, and the only one I've managed to get a standard prom date with. Liam De Lioncourt, 400-something, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork.
Yay!
Holly Geist, 22, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. And Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. As I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Before you know more, we're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of vegan sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, trademark, will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start. You wish you were raised by a mysterious old man who's saving from the streets in order to raise me as disciple in the ancient ways of red DJing. Does sound pretty cool. A really progressive marriage between a kick-ass venomous snake and actual fire. I love fire and I see no issue with being raised by it. Okay. Pack of wild wolves who also happen to be tech moguls who own some of the most profitable companies of Silicon Valley. They'd be kick-ass role models and wild wolves. Sick. I'm going with the DJing. If you could put a curse on your worst enemy, what would it do? You can't rely on the effectiveness of a curse. I prefer to take care of my enemies the old-fashioned way by exposing them to unsafe doses of radiation over the course of several years. I'd curse them to fall in love with a wonderful person and be happily married for years before they realized that all this time their partner was a wild panther disguised. The panther viciously devours my enemy. Classic. The curse of always meeting obnoxious people at parties who are super into new fad diets that feel the need to explain them in detail. Ooh, that's hell. Okay. Sexiest type of knowledge a lover can have. Lyrics to all Disney songs. All the principles to build a financial empire. Obscure 80s movie trivia. How to set stuff on fire. Sports things. How to make a killer cocktail out of anything. It looks like we're going for Miranda because Disney songs. Do I have my drink here?
do
I
this.
do not. I may be pausing at some point. Alright, no, just in case, let's go to the library and get some money. Today you spend some time on the library's PCs managing your start kicker. Deceive lots of people with a sensationalist video and impossible promises. Nice! Gain plus 10,000... Plus, you gain 100,000 money, but almost everything goes to cover costs, only 2 money. After all that, you decide to look for a spot outside the school where to get... After all that, you decide to look for a spot outside the school where to get some good sunbathing. Okay, so it is just awkward grammar. But you fail to focus on your sunbathing since you see Scott and Miranda deep in conversation. Sports game thing, Miranda. I think I'm a good boy, but there's something that just gets me growling when I see that opposing team. Oh, Scott, believe me, I understand better than you may think. It's exactly how I feel about those horrendous air people. Air people? Yes, Scott, obviously the air people. I know, I've told you about them before. The sworn enemy of the mer people, and they must all be destroyed if they refuse to accept our superiority. Oh well, all of them? That sounds really hard. Will be. They're a horrible, ruthless nation of feathery socialists who refuse to bend the knee no matter how many times my father invades. They don't like guacamole, Scott. They eat the crust of their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They wear socks with sandals. I take offense to that last one. Socks with sandals? Fanny packs! Oh man, that's a pretty scary enemy, Miranda. What are the mer people going to do about it? It's a great question, Scott. I've tried reasoning with them with bombs, chemical warfare, and torture, but they're entirely unreceptive. It's really weird that that one swayed their people, but maybe we can step in and help. Scott and Miranda probably have different takes on what the best strategy would be, so think hard about what you pitch. Yeah, well, reach a truce is for Scott, so we're not doing that one. Wipe them out, make the Air Kingdom the Mer Kingdom by flooding the entire sky. So I screwed either way. Oh yes, of course, it's a brilliant idea, Mara. It's almost as if you know the odd adage from my kingdom. If you can't bring your enemy underwater, drown them in the Mer Kingdom. Bring the Mer Kingdom to their kingdom and drown them there. Ooh, that's a good adage, Miranda. Also, what's an adage? No time to explain, Scott. Let's start Operation Flood the Entire Sky. Here, take a bucket full of water. Glory to the Mer people. They both start throwing water into the sky, which naturally falls back onto them. Oh no, we didn't think this through, Scott. I think it's obvious what's happening. Is it? Yes, the air people have built a powerful magical barrier that repels water attacks. Ah, now I see. It's true that every time we throw water in the sky, it seems to be repelled back to us. Are they talking about gravity? Those treacherous air people? Yeah, that. They both start shaking threatening fists at the sky with little to no effect. But Scott, how can you know prevent our strategy? Unless someone's feeding them information about our tactics. But you suspiciously, before you can do anything about it, they're trying to rip off your face and convince the mask concealing your true feathery visage. I still got points with her, I'll take it. They eventually stop because your face is in the mask, though you knew that already. Your suspicions don't go away, and neither does the pain in your face. It's two smarts and one charm. It's a good thing charm is one of my higher stats. I think charm is the one that she likes most, so I'm gonna focus on that. You arrive at your chosen table to find Vera looking askance at Miranda's lunch, a single, very suspicious looking apple. Miranda, honey, your apple seems to be pulsing with unhealthy purple light. I'm sure it's just your imagination. It also has a skull on it and it smells like lighter fluid. I don't think it's for eating. Of course it's for eating. It's a perfectly standard poison apple. You know, the sort that puts a princess to sleep for 100 years? You literally just admitted it's poison. I know. I always said I wouldn't be the kind of princess who eats a poisoned apple. How else will I find a prince to wake me with true love's kiss and live happily ever after with me? Girl, we need to have a little talk about feminism. You back me up on this. Tell her she doesn't need to poison herself for the sake of a man. Alright, I know the first one's for Vera, but I want Miranda, so you don't need to eat that apple. There are plenty of eligible princes on popprincefinder.com. By the way, I did check, it does take you to a page for Monster Prom. At least it did when I last checked. That's not what I finder for hot princes? What is this sorcery? I must see it at once. Pull up the website on your phone. You've already got bookmarked for no reason. Goodness, even lists their pedigrees. You're right, not all of them are even looking for sleeping princesses. This one's looking for a princess who is a frog. That'll be much simpler to achieve. Not only need to anger a minor witch. This is one that's going for it. Oh god, if you're that hungry for dick, just buy a damn hooker. Dick? Who said anything about dick? Real marriage is strictly a business arrangement. When it comes to romance, we're free to make our own decisions. It's good news for you, especially since Miranda seems to really like your suggestion.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna keep going to the gym now and just try focusing on a charm. The day an epic dodgeball match takes place, everything seems lost. You deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. Gain 2 charm. Alright. In the wake of that, you overhear Miranda and Polly discussing a party. Oh, Polly, I'm terribly excited for your upcoming party.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be sick. Hey, speaking of which, you've got money, right? How about picking us up some party favors? I'd be delighted. How many balloons should I purchase? I don't care, just make sure you get enough nitrous oxide to fill them all. What's nitrous oxide? Is that something landowners breathe? Kind of. Well, it's pretty much all I breathe, if that's what you're asking. I don't know about that. How about cake? What kind of cake would you like? Cake? I think you're mispronouncing cocaine. No, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced cake. I like mine with pink frosting. And I like mine injected into my eyeballs, and speaking of eyeballs, I don't think we're really seeing eye to eye right now. Too true. Perhaps our friend Mara can suggest a mutually agreeable use for my vast riches? Got Polly Pinata. You don't want anyone to get hurt though, so the only really safe thing to fill it with is nice soft ice with cane. Miranda, you like clowns, right? I know this website that lets you hire clowns, firefighters, doctors, and tuxedo guys. It's called definitely.com. It's 100% legit. I don't think I've rated the right stats for either of these, because the second one's a money check. I'm just going to go with the pinata and hope that this works.
Yeah.
Well, it's a shot. A pinata certainly not. You think I'm some cretin who gets off on beating animals with sticks? I'm not my uncle. Although he generally uses real animals instead of cardboard ones. He does still tie them to the ceiling though. I kind of want to know more about her uncle. Definitely use real animals anyway. All the cardboard ones died in the Great Pinata War, remember? Too soon, Mara, too soon. Yeah, I was screwed either way. Now that you've reminded Polly about the Pinata Massacre, she's only moved the party a little. And of course, that's a check for Polly. She changes the guest list for her party from everybody to everybody but Mara. You lose 2 charm and 1 fun.
Let's do this.
Well, back to the gym because I need that charm back. Epic dodgeball match takes place that day. Many people fall during battle. You can't take any more, so you valiantly go straight to the other team's leader and start negotiations for a truce. After hours of intense diplomacy, you commit to an agreement. What an unexpected twist. Gain 10 righteousness, but this game is so wrong in so many ways that you'd be lucky if you could do anything with that. 2 charm. Without meaning to, you find yourself in conversation with Polly and Miranda, comparing the apps on your phones. Ooh, what you got, Mary? What you got? Well, I have this game, Misunderstanding of Mobs. I'm not entirely sure how to play, but I keep winning, so that's nice. I've also got Scepter, which is like Uber, but for surfs instead of cars.
How majestic.
And Spooner, which is like Grinder, but for silverware. You know, I like my apps elegant and majestic. That's pretty cool, but do you have Rap Chat? It turns all your messages to raps, but you can only see them for 8 seconds. Wow, what about you, Mara? What fun apps do you have? Yeah, impressive for something rad. Tiger, an app that can make tigers appear anywhere as long as it's majestic as a tiger, or not much, just this one app I made that turns my phone into a rad car. I'm gonna go with Tiger. Thankfully, I want to check. Oh, my head is swimming with the myriad of uses of such an app. Our Royal Zoo has been tigerless ever since all the tigers drowned in their underwater cages. Just immediately. We've been looking for a way to replenish our supply ever since. You know what I say? It's not a real party until there are tigers literally everywhere. Is that so? How many real parties have you been to then, Holly? None. Yet. Miranda purchased the app and a bunch of raw meat while ordering new cages for her family zoo. Holly asked her if she can borrow a tiger or two for her next party. What could go wrong? A 2 fun and 1 charm. I will take it. I passed the check. Probably still not getting a prom date.
Let's do this.
Miranda's with Vera again. Vera's about to lift a glass of scotch to her immaculately painted lips. Drink whatever at the school apparently, when Miranda screams. Stop, don't drink that!
What?
Why not? The scotch costs more than most cars. Has your taster tried it yet? What taster? You don't have a taster? What if your drink is poisoned by someone jealous of your good looks and your royal title? Listen, Mary, I only drink 4 things. Scotch, red wine, Tears of My Enemies, and straight up poison. You drink poison on purpose? Miranda, my hair is venomous snakes. You think poison actually harms me? Well, you should still have a taster. What if someone puts really spicy hot sauce in your drink, or poison? What do I have to do to get you to drop this? Simple, hire a taster. Fine, any volunteers? This might be just the big break you've been looking for. You raise your hand and when Vera picks you drink all her scotch, enraging Vera and delighting Miranda. What are you doing? That bottle costs as much as the first Apollo mission. How do you feel, Royal Taster? Are you poisoned? Well, you're not poisoned, but you're pretty fucking wasted. You give all the Mirandas you can see 2 big thumbs up. A job well done. Now Vera is sure not to be poisoned. Well, yeah, because there's no scotch left to be poisoned by. Don't listen to her. You did well. Come with me. I have some other beverages you simply must verify for safety. Spend the rest of the night getting wasted on expensive liquors at Miranda's place. Courtship never tasted so good.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm going to continue focusing on charm. Another epic dodgeball match? The match isn't as important as the human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you decide to go for the overkill and wink at one of your teammates. It's totally mesmerized. It's the most epic wink ever. Damn, you know how to win over people's hearts. Gain 2 charm. Fucking around on your cell phone when you see a couple of your classmates fucking around on their cell phones too, but louder and with more aggravation. Paulina, this is an institution of learning, and I'm finding it increasingly difficult to concentrate with making tigers appear everywhere constantly. You'll soon overrun the school. I put myself on the path to another secret ending. I find it simply abhorrent the amount of money you are funneling into Tiger. When an app advertises itself as free, but then gets you addicted and causes you to end up paying more and more money, minus 99 monies at a time, that's just awesome? Exploitative of the weak-willed. And I love exploiting the weak-willed, but I prefer when you do it with me. What's so special about Tiger anyway that you're blowing all your money on it rather than investing in our schemes? Where to even begin? The premium features are dope. You design the stripes on your Tiger, pick custom colors, pick whiskers size and strength. You find out whether or not a Tiger has super liked your profile and what pictures it's favorited. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I necessarily want to date a literal actual Tiger. I just want to know if the literal actual Tiger just wants to date me. As they should. You must realize how insane that sounds. I mean, hearing out loud, it did sound pretty whack, I guess. Plus, if the Tigers get hungry and start eating people, honestly, it's shocking they haven't done that already. We won't have anyone to rip off. Right, because the Tigers will be ripping off their arms and legs. Good point. I'll just delete the app and get rid of the Tigers. There, deleted. And yet there, Tigers, here, Tigers, everywhere, Tigers. Huh, I wonder why that didn't work. Maybe because getting rid of downloadable content on a phone in no way destroys living flesh and blood beings in the real world? You know what might actually work? For every Tiger in the school, release 3 anteaters, the natural enemy of Tigers, as everyone knows. Have Coach talk to them. He's a Tiger, right? Or like Tiger adjacent something? You know, that is a good point. Let's try it. Excellent idea, although there are many areas in which I would not trust the opinion of a mere athlete. Communication with their own is one to which even I must happily defer. Yeah, what he said. Coach! You rang wonderful, eager-eyed educatees? Yeah, someone, we have no idea who, just someone made a whole fuck ton. Language, Polina. Sorry, Coach, she means there's an abundance of tigers roaming around the school. Tigers? Here? Why? I didn't know that I was looking to recruit for my new all-tiger synchronized skating team. We didn't? I expected to be so grateful. All we really wanted was the satisfaction of a job well done, and also 10% revenue on all memorabilia / merchandising once the season kicks off. That sounds more than fair. Let's go tell these tigers all about the joys of synchronized skating. I wasn't actually expecting that to work. We follow Coach around the school as he approaches each and every tiger to recruit them one by one. Some people say that forming a synchronized skating team with literal actual tigers is more work than it's worth because you're automatically doubling the amount of limbs that need to be in sync. I say those people are weak and have never tried teaching tigers how to synchronize skate. Neither have I, but I think I'm more than up for the challenge. Plus, think of all the joys that come with ice skating. Bunions, freezing toes, split toenails, hip and knee problems. All of these can be yours for free. Well, not for free, because you have to buy equipment and pay to spend on time on the ice and all that, but you could win trophies. Whoa, did all the tigers sign up? I had no idea that tigers cared so deeply for trophies. They must not pay much attention to Coach. She's got a point. Obviously. Good thing Mara does, or at least enough to know that Coach is a tiger. Yeah, well, come to think of it, that's not really that much, but it got the job done, and now everyone is happy. Gained 2 fun and 1 boldness. How's this going to come back to bite me?
Let's do this!
Because it is going to come back to bite me, I have no doubt about that. Epic dodgeball match takes place. The match is so intense and both teams are so into it that you decide to raise the stakes by betting part of your charm against part of the other team's leader's charm. That commitment amazes your whole team, and your spirit is fueled by determination. Finally, you win and take 2 charms from the other team's leader, who's now a bit less fabulous. See Miranda in her gym outfit in the far end of the gym swimming pool. Looking good. I am still on the Miranda track. Wait, the gym has a swimming pool? Why aren't you using it? Why are you always playing dodgeball? Why don't you get to see your classmates in swimsuits? Anyway, as you approach Miranda, she shrieks and her merman bodyguards tackle you to the floor. Who are you? Are you here to kill me? I'm just a better swimmer. This is no basis for an assassination. Wait, you don't swim. You have no fins, and without gills, so just choke right away. Could you help me with this situation? I'm the best swimmer in school. My parents say that's just how it's supposed to be, but people sometimes get just too jealous. My dad used to send such hoodlums to a farm. But now he says I'm not 11 anymore, so I have to learn to deal myself with the people who might plot my assassination. I have no idea who's even behind this. Can you help me catch those jealous people? How about a charity swim? You won't participate, and whoever comes first gets a ticket to the farm. Okay. Or quantity over quality, mines, loads of mines, those ones that make beeping noises, with big chains and spikes, they're bound to catch someone, or at least smear the message across the ceiling. I would see her liking both. But I'm going with the charity swim. You're so sweet, but I don't want to send anyone to a farm. I want to get them executed. She does not know what the farm means. Yeah, but that's exactly what you were. What, do you think my parents were sugarcoating the whole thing to me with farms and all? No, they totally sent them to a farm, like a real farm. Then they executed them at the farm after 12 years of labor. You're not getting it. I'm looking for the labor/execution thing of that. Not the farm thing. That was implicit. This exchange is being quite useless and not even charming in its absurdity. Farewell. Days later, you receive an invitation to visit a farm for free. It has lots of glitter and happy faces all over it. You feel a bit frightened. Use 2 fun and 1 smarts. Should have gone with the mines.
Let's do this!
Oh, she was Damien today. As usual, Miranda sits before her immaculate array of carefully arranged silverware. Damien, predictably, is examining her biggest knife. This is one for killing people, right?
Disgraceful.
What? Good heavens, no. This is the butter dagger. It would be unseemly to use it on me. So what then am I supposed to use this scrawny-looking knife to kill a dude? No. If you simply must kill someone mid-meal, it's customary to use a fish knife. This is Merfolk Court silverware, after all. That tiny thing? I might as well wait for my victim to die of old age. This is usually how it's done in my kingdom, yes. That or poison. This is ridiculous. Yo, you there. Which knife would you use to kill a guy? Don't say the fish knife. The fish knife. I said not to, but you said, God, I'll show you which knife is used for murder. Damien picks up this big scary knife he wanted to use in the first place and lunges at you. You pick up the fish knife. Yes, defend my honor. Make sure to hold the knife with the pinky extended. What? How did you disarm me? I'm normally the best at stabbing. Fuck me, I guess the fish knife really is the best for murder after all, huh? One must never doubt a princess in matters of silverware, my dear. Miranda is so impressed with your prowess in combat and silverware, she awards you her napkin as a token.
Let's do this.
Let's see if there's anything worth buying.
Show me that money.
I've done this. I did manage to do that. Let's see. Alright, so nothing actually worthwhile at the moment. So we're checking.
Let's do this.
I'm just going to stack up on Charm and hope that this works. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. In this battle, you spot a fellow player that seems utterly discouraged. She thinks she's not worth anything at dodgeball, and she attempts to throw a ball at herself. Explain to her the many ways you think she's unique and wonderful, while also defending the many pleasures in life. With your help, she's capable of finding reasons to keep playing and gains a sense of self-worth. Gain 1 BFF, sadly she's not part of this game, so that beautiful friendship will take place off screen, and 2 Charm. You notice Liam and Miranda talking to Coach. They actually seem to be enjoying gym for a change. Something must be terribly wrong. You go over to see what it is.
Is a gift.
Well, now, I'm all for inspiring athleticism in the hearts of youth, but allowing you to make up your own sport seems a bit unorthodox, don't you think? Oh, but ordinary sports are ever so dull and refined. I'm sure we could do much better. I've already got an idea, actually. I've had an idea for sports instead of even sports. I call it art. No teams, no rules, just pure creative expression. I'll be the quarterback, of course. Art, brilliant. We'll play it with watercolors and sequins, and there shall be a sports part, and goalie laureate, and it's so good to see you kids getting enthusiastic about wholesome physical exercise. But gotta say, art doesn't really sound like a sport. Why, it doesn't have the word bowl anywhere in it. That's easily solved. We'll call it art ball. Oh, well, yes, obviously that's much better, but let me ask you this. How do you score points in art ball, huh? Liam and Miranda both look at each other, totally stumped. Hangs the bounce. Time to step in. Obviously, the sports bard assigns inspiration kicks to the metaphysical linebacker who scores 11 points for each poem and successfully publishes in the Atlantic. Didn't you read the rulebook? Or don't you see? The points were inside of us all along. This is Coach, so maybe something long-winded will work. Oh, there's a rulebook? Well, that changes everything. Can I see it? You didn't plan for this. You can't get hit Coach in the face with tennis racket. Hey, that didn't feel like a rulebook to me, sport. You spot the ruse. Retreat, retreat. Then Miranda flee, leaving you to face Coach. Coach is mad. He's just disappointed that your tennis swing is so weak. To help you out, he assigns you 200 push-ups and 100 deep bicep curls. He was 2 fun and 1 boldness. And I didn't even get a point with anyone.
Let's do this.
Oh, she was Scott today. You arrive at Scott and Miranda's table to find Scott happily chowing down, and Miranda stares horrified at her tray. What's wrong, Miranda?
Yuck!
Isn't it obvious? Right here on my tray, fish sticks. Yeah, Fish Stick Fridays, isn't it great? It's not great, Scott. The fish are my subject. It's clearly the work of the air people. Air people? Yes, do you not know of the air people? The merfolk's most hated rivals? Don't you read the news? Or pay attention to the very first scene we had? Yeah, sure, because I totally know how to read. What? Well, I must insist that you cease eating those fish sticks immediately. It is high treason. But I've been looking forward to Fish Stick Friday since the last Fish Stick Friday. Are you sure I can't eat any? Says Miranda while holding a fish stick really close to his mouth. You feel like you've got a better answer to sell this. Blurt out. Have you heard, Scott? Fish sticks make you worse in sports. They contain bold dropanol and nerdaflavin. Oh no, not Nerdaflav and Bull Drop, and all those are two of the worst ones. The air people want me to be bad at sports? Of course they do, Scott. The air people hate sports, and sportsmen is one of the most loathsome things about them. Aside from their feathers and their socialism. Well then, I'm not going to eat any more fish sticks ever again. Fish stick Friday, more like fish stick Friday? Yeah, man, I gotta go tell the rest of the wolf pack about this. Scott runs off to spread anti-air people propaganda, and Miranda gives you a most regal smile.
Let's do this.
At one point, you're about to be eliminated by a player from the other team, but suddenly you convince him not to throw the ball at you with a heartfelt speech about the importance of everyone's lives. The player bursts into tears to take advantage of that moment of weakness, throwing a ball at him. You lose 5 Mercy, a stat that might be useful in Monster Prom sequel, but isn't now, and gains 2 Charm. Notice Polly bent over her phone while Miranda tries to peek over her shoulder. Something really interesting must be going on Polly's phone. Get closer though, you see that Polly's just on Tinder again, swiping right on everybody. Miranda seems entranced, though, and a little worried. Well, what did you say this was called again? Tinder. And is an app for finding true love? Sure. But I never knew. I've spent countless hours going to royal balls, kissing frogs, and pretending to be in a magical slumber. I would simply have been using this app? I mostly just used it for collecting dick pics. What are these dick pics? Tokens of affection? Oh, alas, be so far behind in my quest for love. I'm 19 years old, practically an old maid, and only now learning of this? Oh, how will I ever make up for lost time? Don't worry, I'll coach you in the mysterious ways of Tinder. You'll have a whole harem in no time. You still don't have Tinder? Why should you worry having Tinder when you can actually own Tinder? Why don't you just buy the entire company? I think the one that's more likely to be the charm check is the top one, so I'm going to try that. Oh good, it worked. You would do that for me? Oh good, I have so many questions. What does DTF mean? It would help if I actually knew what anything on Tinder meant, but I don't use it. Does the muscular chest in this picture have a head attached, or did this man take a picture like that to hide his headlessness? In this game, I have no idea. Why do so many of the profiles use the eggplant emoji? That one I know. I shall appoint you my royal advisor in charge of Tinder adventures. Your first task will be to take some very hot selfies of me. Not sure Miranda knows what selfie means, but you're not complaining. You need 2 charm and 1 smarts. I'll take it.
Let's do this.
I know sometimes new stock comes in, so... Not this time.
Let's do this.
Our coach is here today. But we don't need to talk to Coach. Arrive at your chosen table to find Miranda folding napkins of Vera. You want to know what this one is for, Vera? No. I'll take that as a yes. The rose-shaped napkin folds for birthdays between the ages of 16 and 22. Miranda's hands move fast as lightning, turning the rose into a gorgeous white swan. By contrast, this swan folding is for first weddings, third weddings, and swan giveaways. As a fashion enthusiast, I have never been so bored by a piece of fabric. Oh, and this black swan folding is for weddings where you plan to brutally murder all the guests. Shouldn't that one be red? Not very popular, the black swan folding. Okay, that's sort of cool, but I'm still aggressively uninterested. I'm going to have some napkin folding skills yourself, but you can spice up this interaction. Decide to show off your most impressive napkin fold. Well, since I don't want Vera at the moment, because we're pursuing Miranda, even though Vera probably is my favorite, we want, if you fold the napkin like so, it creates a self-aware napkin whose sole purpose is to fold more napkins. Oh, that's adorable. Look at it folding everybody's napkins like a tiny, adorable surf. Looks like it's folding the other napkins into more self-folding napkins. I know, it's so efficient. Go, little napkin surf, be free. Are you worried this will turn into a self-replicating napkin scenario progressing geometrically? geometrically until the world's nothing but napkins? Why, that sounds lovely. God, you're impossible. You seem to have mispronounced impeccable. Whatever, I'm leaving before the napkin folk take over the world. Hero leaves you alone for a romantic lunch with Miranda. You can't hang out too long though. You've got to stop those napkins before they take over the world. I cannot read anything in this game with a straight face.
Let's do this.
Another dodgeball match. At one point you're about to be eliminated by a player from the other team, but suddenly you convince him not to throw the ball at you with a heartfelt speech about the importance of everyone's lives. Player bursts into tears, you take advantage of that moment of weakness, throwing a ball at him. Lose by mercy, gain 2 charm. Alright. Notice Miranda hunched over her phone, chewing on her lower lip. She seems nervous about something. You settle over and ask what's up. Oh, my royal advisor, thank Poseidon you're here, I'm lost. My Tinder adventures have yielded a suitor, but he behaves like no suitor I have ever had before. He's not giving me his full name and family titles. He's not sending me an elephant laden with gold and jewels. He sent me only a single word. Hey. Hey? Hey? What does it mean? There's no punctuation, no capitalization, only 3 curious letters. H-E-Y. How can I possibly respond when I do not even know if his father is rich? Please, my loyal advisor, what should I write in response to this most cryptic of missives? Let's face it, Miranda, you're still not used to the very complex customs of Tinder. Maybe you should try mimicking the natives. You should go with hey. Or Miri, whatever you meant by that, it's your opportunity to stay the higher ground. Societal elite that you are, see his bet and raise it with more refined hey. I'm thinking the second one. Go with the capitalization. It worked. What a truly excellent idea. I will match his coarse vernacular, but display my good breeding with my capitalization and punctuation. He says, oh how marvelous to have found a lady of manners on this debauched network. He's royalty as well. This is royal advisor told him to swear off capitalization so as to appear more relatable. But clearly yours was better advice. The elephant laden with gold and jewels is en route to this location as we speak. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, let's pretend like you meant for that to happen. You gain creativity and 2 money as your share for getting the elephant thing. Am I blocking myself at this point?
Let's do this.
Match is as important as human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you cycle for the overkill and will get one of your teammates. It's totally mesmerized. The most epic wink ever. You know how to win over people's hearts. Gain 2 charm. Gazing dreamily at Miranda when a flash of otherworldly light blinds him. Not him! Ugh. Don't tell me he was the one on Tinder. When your vision clears, you see a great rift has opened in time and space, and standing in the middle of it...
Greetings, my love.
It's me, Prince of the Otherworld, and I'm here to fulfill an ancient prophecy.
How majestic.
A prophecy? How exciting and regal. What sort of prophecy is it? It's a prophecy of love. Oh boy, here it comes. Legends foretell a great beauty with the hair of an angel and the scales of a fish. A beauty who I am destined to marry. That sounds like a perfect description of me. Could it be that I'm the great beauty described in the prophecy? Well, yes, that's sort of what I was trying to imply. Now, come with me to my realm where we may plan a magnificent wedding. Can't let him get away with this, but that prophecy is hard to argue with. The only argument you can think of is... the hair of an angel, ha, clearly Miranda's the hair of a goddess, or what about these fish scales that give this handful of angel hair pasta? I've actually had this one before, so I know hair of a goddess. It's true, the very hair you now look upon was stolen and grafted from the scalp of Thetis herself. Daddy really does insist on the best hair for all his children, even if it angers the gods. Ah, well, perhaps this prophecy was speaking metaphorically, and yet, the technicalities are the very things these sorts of prophecies turn upon. Oh, alas. Would that I could find a princess with less perfect hair. Prince flees through his portal to go trolling for more princesses as Miranda glows with pride. 2 smarts and 1 charm, and the phone number of her hairstylist. I'm pretty sure charm is the one it looks for in the final check with her, so I think I'm good, but we'll find out. As you approach Scott and Miranda's table, you see that the entire table is covered in exotic silverware. Ooh, what's this one for? That's the forking spoon. It's a spoon for picking up your fork so that you don't have to touch them with your fingers. That one? That's the tuning fork. It's for making sure all your other silverware is tuned to A minor as is proper. What about this one? That's the dairy knife. It's for milk. Wow, do people ever invent new silverwares? All the time, but none of them are any good. Take a Genius of True Subtlety to improve on the existing canon. Genius of True Subtlety? Genius of Subtlety, your middle fucking name. Suggests the ultimate new silverware. The salad harp. A harp for salad? Why has no one thought this before? Is it hard to eat salad with a harp? Cretin, who said anything about eating? Excuse me. Isn't that what silverware is for? Here's the thought. The true purpose of silverware is to give your hands something to do while you elegantly avoid your food. Nothing is more elegant than playing a subtle lament on a harp while your serfs eat your salad for you. My serfs will finish my lunch for me. I'm off to have a harp commission. Miranda takes you harp shopping with her. It's a real bonding experience. Afterwards, you both ignore a salad together at a fancy restaurant. Alright, very last event.
Let's do this.
Might as well keep doing the charm. The inspirational speech. I'm not reading them again because I've already read them this session, basically. Afterwards, a royal procession 500 members strong informs you that Miranda has requested your presence at dinner tonight. The restaurant she's chosen is so fancy its name is unpronounceable by anyone making less than 6 figures. With all these heavily armed guards around you, you think it unwise to refuse, and so later that night... This restaurant is remarkably charming for a low-born establishment. Granted, the flatware is only platinum, not diamond. This wine should be significantly less than 1,000 years old, but at least our table is held up by 3 weeping serfs as it always ought to be. For some, 1 bowl of rubies and a bottle of actual gold if you would be so kind, my suitor will have. Quick, pick something before she realizes that you've never been anywhere fancier than Wilmer's Chicken Hut. Doesn't matter what I order, anything will taste good as long as I eat with you. One of everything I'm buying. That's a money check, I can't do that, so... Good, thank you for being a charm check. That's the sweetest thing anyone's ever said to me. Most people in my family simply order the most expensive thing on the menu. It doesn't even have to be edible. In fact, it usually isn't. Are you willing to actually eat food in front of me? I'm charmed. She's so charmed, in fact, that she doesn't know that you never actually order anything. Score! You're getting 2 smarts and 1 fun. So I have a chance. This is the best I've gotten with her. That wasn't a secret ending.
Let's do this.
Please, 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 please. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the monster prom with you. What? Should I tell you this, my friend? I think your princess is in another castle. If I hadn't failed those checks earlier. I'm sure I came close. You're so shamed by your failure that after prom, you photoshopped Garfield into all your prom pictures to use for prom date. Yeah, Garfield the orange cartoon cat, not your braids like me. Anyway, even with your Photoshop skills, you still couldn't Photoshop the sadness of your face away. Sad. Mara, most likely to survive for a year drinking only their own tea. Where's quote? This was a pleasant school, if only a bit overwater-ish for my taste. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, balancing friendship, and learning who we were and who we could be. You know what? As it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Miranda got a job at being princess of her kingdom, which it was actually kind of her job already. Well, you surely don't see her complaining about it. Fia realized she was a character in a video game, which infuriated her. She spent her life making connections and building power because she's not part of the game, she plays the game. So be careful. And now she's the one pulling your strings. Liam kept doing art so hard that he eventually evaporated and became the concept of coolness itself. Leaving the physical plane, the last thing Liam did was give everyone a condescending look. During those 3 weeks, Monster Prom seemed bigger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. Battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were lots of battles left in that war called youth. Once again, we're young and unafraid, and we're ready to start. I'm sure I came close, that's the annoying thing. There's no doubt in my mind that I came close. Ugh. Again, if I was going for a secret ending, I probably could have gotten it no problem. Maybe we should start going for secret endings and screw up the secret ending part. That's how I ended up with Scott as a prom date. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great time, wherever it may be. Computer. There we go. Bye, guys.